And we're back. So, as most of you drift off to sleep, Elizabeth, you're still fighting off the desire to sleep and busy transcribing.
I mean, she probably only has time to do one spell.
Okay, so you're gonna go to sleep then.
Well, yeah, she does. Yeah,
Okay.
she'll take 2 hours transcribing a spell and then go to sleep.
Okay. So yeah, you transcribe a spell and then go to sleep.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd take 8 hours to do both.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Arya just sort of meditating to yourself. Everyone else is sort of asleep. Yeah, Kelariis, I need to borrow you.
What?
Oh. What?
Hello.
Hello.
So you are. You drift off to sleep for probably a couple of hours. And something in your mind doesn't quite settle. And sort of as you're drifting off to sleep, you experience a similar sensation to sensation that you felt before, where it's like somebody else is in the room with you, but you know that there's nobody there. But this time, instead of a warm, friendly voice that sort of like greets you and talks to you, you hear nothing.
Like, at all?
Nothing at all. Yeah.
I guess, like... Am I asleep, or do I not really know at this point?
It's hard to tell.
Okay. I mean, I guess, regardless, I have my, paladin senses, divine sense, that's the one I'm looking for. Because, like, I don't see anyone in the room with me, I guess. It's just, like, the feeling of a presence.
It's just a feeling of a presence. Like, your eyes are closed at the moment, but...
Oh, I mean, I guess I'll open my eyes first to see if I can physically see anybody, but I guess
Okay.
at the same time kind of, like, extending that sense to be like, should I be concerned?
Okay. You extend your senses, and for a moment it's almost like you reach out and you feel nothing, but then right on so in the dark of your room, because there's no lighting inside, you sort of your eyes are like open, you're still sort of bleary-eyed, you extend your senses for a moment, and it almost feels like as you're coming to, like you feel almost like a draft of the door closing or something, but there's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no sound. And just as you extend your senses, like just at the foot of your bed, there is something. There is a presence. And as you, as your senses are tuning into it, you expect it to be perhaps a divine presence. It is not. It is in fact a fiendish presence.
Oh.
And just as... Give me just a second. Okay, so you are just coming to as you... Second? Yeah, okay, so you feel a piercing pain as two... What feels like two blades bite into your skin through the bedclothes that you're underneath. Yeah. It makes no sound, and you go to shout, and it also makes no sound.
And like, can I? Oh, I guess it's dark. I can't see anything.
You can't see anything. Although it feels like this presence is right on top of you. You take 19 slashing damage.
Oh fuck. Okay. Give me a second to be on the wrong page of my sheet, and have to actually no. I can literally do it off of here. Everybody's gonna see my health go down and be very concerned, I imagine, but it'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I guess I want to try to throw whatever this is off of me, but I also probably more importantly want... Actually, can I just reach for the sword? Because like I know I probably have it nearby when I sleep. It's not like...
Sure. Make me... I guess this is an athletics check, because this, with its action, whatever this is trying to pin you down.
Oh, huh.
Because you are you are technically prone for this.
Huh. Okay. Do I have? Is it just a straight athletics then if I'm prone, or is it something?
I don't think you have disadvantage for being prone.
Okay.
I think it's just acrobatics you would have problems with.
Do you want me to whisper it to you, or just?
Yeah, go ahead and whisper it just for now. Conditions prone.
Oof, that's not great.
No, yeah, you don't have a disadvantage.
Okay, well, that wasn't great. It could have been better.
Okay, so no, I will say you reach the sword.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I want to swing at whatever is on top of me to try to like.
Okay, make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. I also, I know that I have to say like freedom to get the sword to light up. I don't know if that makes a difference if I can't hear anything. It seems like no sound is coming out, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Okay, so you yell to try and activate the light of the sword. It does not work.
Okay, I thought so. So disadvantage attack roll.
Disadvantage attack roll, yeah.
Got it.
You swing with the sword. You feel the contact of something, but it was like your swing was like knocked aside by something.
Fantastic. Bad. Very bad. Can I at least try to get up, or am I like totally pinned right now?
I would say it's in order to like try and push this thing off you, you're gonna have to like try and take a shove action against whatever it is that's attacking you.
Okay.
So you can do that as your second attack.
Yeah, gladly. That's fine. So that's still... Is that advantage? Or not advantage, sorry, in athletics?
It's athletics, yes. It's athletics flat.
Oh, just flat, okay.
Okay, yeah, you manage to throw whatever this is aside. You feel it like through vibration hit the ground next to you. But again, you hear nothing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as best as I can, I want to try to hit it. I can't, like... Especially because I can't make noise, apparently, like no noise is happening. So yeah, I mean, I know that I still can't really see, but to the best of my ability, I want to try to hit it. Arya.
Okay. So sorry. Go over that. What were you doing again?
I want to try to, well, yeah, I want to try to hit it, but I know where my door is in relation to my bed.
Yeah.
And I assume that there is at least some light left on in the hallway in the evenings. Or is it, like everything.
Probably like a faint candlelight. Yeah, because people would want to find their way around in the darkness without dark vision.
Yeah, not all of us have dark vision, so I want to try to basically like take a swing at it as like I try to get the door open.
So
I can at least see a little.
You're done with like your attacks for this round with the first attack in the shove, excuse me.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if you want to stand up from prone and then move, you can do, but you'll be half movement.
Like... do you want me to physically move my token?
Go for it.
Okay. It's half. I think I can actually just get to the door.
Yeah, you can get to the door. Yes.
Yeah, and I basically just, I guess next time or when I get the chance, I want to try to throw it open.
Okay.
So I can see a little bit in my room.
So as you are stumbling towards the door, like the pain of these injuries still like sort of affecting you, you feel two more like stabbing, slashing motions hit you in the back. You take 21 slashing damage.
Jeez. Oh, so like there's something behind me as well? Like there's more than one thing? Or like as I'm moving it hits me? Oh, no, never mind. I understand. I misunderstood.
Okay.
That's bad.
It's your turn.
Okay. Door open first. So
okay, so you push the door open. There is like dim light in the hallway.
Yeah. And I just can't see anything in this room?
You can see nothing.
Oh, that's fucking weird. Okay, great, fantastic.
Yeah, unless you want to take an action to perceive something, then you could try that, but it will cost you an action.
Yeah. Can I try to shout again to see if?
Yeah, you can talk for free. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
Like you're opening your mouth and no sound is coming out.
I'm going to try to Arya's room.
Okay.
And try to like knock on her door because
so,
I know that Arya does not sleep.
First things first, you take an attack of opportunity. What is your dexterity modifier?
Shit, it's bad. It's 1. So my.
Okay, so that's still gonna hit you for 11 slashing.
Okay, great, fantastic. That's bad.
Okay, another like sting hits you across the back.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can move.
Okay, yeah. Is it an action to knock on the door to try to get Arya's attention? Like as hard as I can.
It's not an action, but you can do that.
Okay, I would like to.
Okay, you smash on the door, nothing happens. No sound.
Fuck, yeah. Okay, that's, yeah. Can I open it, or does Arya keep her door locked? Sorry, Arya.
I guess now's the time to find out.
Yeah,
So...
I feel like she'll understand, considering the circumstances.
Okay. I'll be right back. Hello.
Hello?
So, pertinent question. Does Arya sleep with the door locked?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Her door is locked.
God damn it, Arya! Okay, well... Oh, that's not great, huh? Yeah, okay. I'm going to try to perceive where the thing is so that I can maybe better attack it next turn, because this
Okay.
is bad,
You
honestly.
use your action, make a perception check.
Yeah. Just a normal perception check.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like pressed up against Arya's door, holding the sword. Look across the hall, and at first you see nothing until coming around the corner. You don't see anything, but you see, almost appearing out of nowhere, drops of blood, presumably your blood, like spatter onto the floor as coming towards you.
Great. Fantastic.
2 more swings. Both hit again.
This is bad. This is really bad.
You take 18 slashing damage.
Oh my god. Okay. Great. Yeah, that's really bad, huh?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Shit. Okay. Let me very quickly check the things that I have in my bag.
Well, I will say, unless you picked it up on the way out of the room, you don't have anything.
Yeah, I have nothing on me.
You're in your night clothes with a sword.
Yeah, I'm in night clothes with a sword. Do I, Oh god, yeah. Shit, I have, like, nothing. Do I at least have my holy symbol on me? Like, is that... reasonable?
Do you sleep with it? I think I would say, knowing Kelariis, that's reasonable.
Yeah, because it's just a necklace, like...
Yeah.
It doesn't really get...
Yeah, I will say it's reasonable, knowing what I know about Kelariis, that she would sleep with it on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Do I have a pretty, like, good idea of where the thing is that's attacking me right now?
Oh, it's definitely right in front of you from the way it just slashed you twice.
Oh, right. Okay, fair. Fuck, never mind. The only thing I have is with my sword. I was gonna do something and then realize that's a bad idea. Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to try to... I'm gonna try to hit it.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna heal myself this time, and then I'm going to try to hit it, because I don't like the way that I am at. I'm just gonna lay on hands,
Okay.
which is just straight up, you know?
Cool.
Whoops, that's the wrong number of things. I'm gonna just do that. And I can't do anything else. But just dumped a bunch of health back into myself.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, pinned up against this wall, you, like, lay hands on yourself and heal. You feel 2 more swings bite into you for 26.
Great, okay. Fantastic. I'm gonna try to hit this thing in front of me as hard as I fucking can.
Okay. Go for it. Attack roll with disadvantage.
God, yeah. Actually... I have to speak to do Vow of Enmity, right?
Does it state it has a verbal component? Let's have a look.
I don't have it written down as it having a verbal component, but I could be...
I happen to have the player's handbook open.
Oh, actually, can I try to abjure it instead? If I just glare at it really hard with a holy sword in my hand. That might actually not work because I don't know how that would work.
Well, let's have a look. Oh, the search function didn't like that.
It's good.
Let's see if this has a verbal component. Vow. Vengeance. Abjure enemy. Speak a prayer of denunciation. No, I'm afraid that won't work.
Okay, alrighty then. So vow of enmity as well as a speak.
Yeah, you can utter a vow of enmity against a creature. That I would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, speech.
Yeah, just kidding then. Alrighty, let's just try to hit this thing as hard as I can, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, this is bad. Okay, disadvantage.
Swing disadvantage. Yeah.
2 swing. 2.
Okay, those will both hit.
Nice. Okay. I'm just gonna pour smites into these because fuck it.
Okay.
I guess. Because you said it felt fiendish.
It's
right?
yeah. Your aura determined it to be fiendish.
Okay. I'm just gonna pour 2 real high level smites into this because I can't see and I'm in a bad way.
Okay.
Well, let me roll the 2 regulars first, and then let me. So that's okay. So it's 4 and then an extra plus. So okay, so there's 2. I have to do math really quickly.
Yep, I do as well.
So it's two third level smites is 4d8 each. So that's 8d8 plus it's an extra for fiends, an extra d8 each for fiends.
Yes.
Okay,
so that's 10d8.
10d8, and then I get something extra for Freedom's Tongue just being magic.
Yes, you get. Let me bring up the Freedom's Tongue descriptor. Oh yes, when you hit a fiend or undead with this magic weapon, the creature takes an additional 2d6 radiant damage. So an additional 4d6.
Okay, so if I do 10d8 plus 4d6, that should roll it correctly. Okay. GM rolled, I think. Hopefully, maybe. Okay.
Holy shit. Cool. Well, that definitely takes it below the 25 hit point threshold.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. Ooh, it does succeed.
No.
It is frightened of you, though, until the end of your next turn.
Fantastic. So it has to move away? Is that what frightened does?
No, frightened is it can't voluntarily move closer to you, and it has disadvantage on attack rolls as long as it can see you.
Okay, cool. Great, fantastic.
So it will roll these with disadvantage. Oh, actually, no, it will just be regular.
Great.
Oh, and that's a crit.
Oh, really?
So,
bad, huh?
Fortunately, it rolled garbage, so...
Okay, that's nice.
You took 19 slashing damage.
Oh, that's less than the last one it did. Okay, that's nice, I guess. It's still pretty bad, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going to try to... Yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm gonna just try to keep hitting it.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, I felt like that worked okay last time. I'm very worried about where my hit points are at, but, you know, I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
2 disadvantage. 2.
Okay, the first does not hit, the second does.
Second does, okay.
Okay.
And I'm pouring another... level smite into that?
Before you do that...
Oh, just kidding.
Let's jump back into the other channel.
Oh, okay.
They're still like...
Oh,
hello.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Hello?
I guess the rest of you are still asleep, so none of you will hear this except for Arya. Arya, you hear a heavy thud outside of your door.
Okay.
And Kelariis, you watch as you drive the sword home, and you hit and feel resistance, and you watch as like sort of a black ichor sort of oozes out of thin air, and then as it does so, it's almost like a bunch of scales like peeling backwards as this thing becomes visible. And I'll remove its aura that I was using to track its silence field.
Yeah, I figured.
And basically a what looks like a humanoid. If a humanoid had a like massively distended limbs that ended in scythes, and a neck that was almost as long as its body, with a set of sunken eyes with no eyeballs, and a weirdly open-hinged jaw with human teeth.
Oh my god, it's alien.
I don't know what that, like, I can't see whatever it is that you just described if it was supposed to have an icon, but that sounds horrifying and I kind of hate it.
Yeah, it's right in front of you right now.
I can't see anything on the map, Blair. Or on the map, I guess I should say.
You can't see anything on the map.
No, maybe, I don't know if it's just me. I might have to
Oh, that's curious.
No, we can't see it either.
Oh,
I got
okay.
pinged there, but
Wow,
Yeah.
it's legitimately invisible.
No!
It is.
You might want to refresh your roll 20s because I see it fine.
Okay. Give me a second.
let's see what happens.
I kind of don't want to see it. I'm kind of okay with just that description.
I'll
Like you
I'll
yeah,
remove
your
its
health bar
crossed
like
out.
twice.
It was bad.
I was sitting there and I was like, oh god, I really regret having my door locked.
It's fine. It's understandable, honestly.
It's still not there.
Yeah.
Still not there. Wow. Okay.
My roll 20 is also taking 5 centuries to reload.
Fantastic.
Yeah, roll 20.
Yeah, still not there. And now it's actually
roll
set my
20
name
is
back
probably-
before I
well-
roll something.
Do you see it now?
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Okay, there you go.
I don't like
Ah! Oh,
what
god!
is
Ugh.
I don't see anything, but I think. Oh, there we go. Oh dear.
that? What the fuck is
I
that,
don't think oh
Ferrous?
dear quite covers it.
Yeah,
That's,
its scythe hands are currently like dripping with your blood, as are you.
Oh!
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, Arya, you hear a loud thud outside your door.
Okay. I'm gonna draw my sword.
Okay. You draw your
And,
sword.
And can I? Is there like a keyhole I can peer through?
Yes, there's currently a key in it.
Can I take it out?
Okay.
Peer through?
You see bronze.
Is it bronze that I recognize?
It's very hard to see. It's dark.
Okay. I would like to.
Who else is
I would like to
bronze?
open the door a
Okay.
smidge and peek out.
Open the door. Like Kelariis, who is like leaning against the door, like comes slightly with the door. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I assume she looks pretty beat up.
Yeah, like she's currently she's in her like nightclothes carrying Freedom's tongue and is like covered in like lacerations.
Lars, what happened?
You know, that, whatever that is. I
You-
just kind of gesture at the
You
thing.
look out into the corridor and see a human with descended limbs, with scythes for hands, and a weirdly long neck.
Oh my god. What is that thing?
Make
Where did
me-
it come from?
Make me a nature check. Nope, you have no idea what the fuck this thing is.
No idea. My nature is surprisingly bad for a ranger.
It was just in my room when I woke up, and it was bad. Also, whatever it is, it definitely kept any noise from happening.
I didn't hear any of this until you just hit the door just now.
Is this really the time for a conversation?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, this is like actually the time for conversation.
A hush conversation. Well,
We should wake the others though. I don't want anyone else to. I'm worried that there are more of these things.
you know, that's a really big actual concern.
We should wake the others up.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I'm going to run the series reforms because that is a very real concern.
Okay.
That Arya just made me realize.
Yeah, Arya's gonna go wake up Vondal.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
That away.
So you
Oh, I thought it was still alive.
you open the door to
No, it's dead.
yeah.
No, we would not be talking if it was dead. If it was not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's currently just like slumped out on the ground. You open the door to the Zera's room, Kelariis. She looks to be asleep.
Can I divine sense everything?
Okay.
Just always.
Use another charge of your divine sense.
Yes.
You sense nothing.
Okay. Should we like wake everybody up? Like everybody?
I think everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody sucks.
I mean, this thing looks pretty horrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Get Elizabeth and I'll go downstairs after I get this era up.
Tallithsyr is already rousing as you're having this conversation down the corridor to Arya with the door open.
Yeah, fair. Yep. Yeah.
She sort of like wakes up, like, it's like, what's going on? Looks at you and is just like, shit!
It's okay right now, I think. We're just waking everyone up. I don't really know what the thing was, but I'll tell everybody what happened and when everybody's here, and I will wake.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll run downstairs and...
Okay, you run downstairs, you wake Grim and Sidani. Arya, you open Vondal's door. He is just like snoring.
Yeah, Vondal's a snorer.
Standard Vondal.
Vondal's a snorer, definitely.
I guess I go over, shake him, and wake him
Yeah.
up.
She's like,
Before I go up, I will have a quick peek in the barracks just to see that they're okay.
yeah. You look into the barracks. Give me a perception check.
One of them's dead.
Perception.
Yeah, everyone seems to be sleeping soundly, although a number of them are sort of like getting up as like people are sort of like rousing and running around upstairs. Arya, you shake Vondal and he's just sort of like, what's going on?
Been an attack. Kelariis is injured.
Vondal, without a second thought, just like jumps out of bed,
That's Vondal.
thunders out into the corridor, and is just sort of like, okay, and goes in search of Kelariis. And he will, the moment he finds you, he looks at your wounds and he will cast, where is his stat sheet?
Cure those wounds.
He will cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Oh, thanks,
Damn.
Mom, Dad.
Oh, that's not great.
That's really not good.
Yeah, that's...
Um,
I mean, it's not the worst cure wounds he's ever rolled.
it's
21.
it's 21. It'll do.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
and that's
better
that
than nothing.
the high level cast is only 1/1. It's 1/1 and 2 4s, but it's 1/1.
Yeah, it is better than nothing, and I
Yeah.
am glad for it.
That's almost as much health as Elizabeth has ward. That made more sense in my head.
I think I know what you meant. Yeah, I mean...
Okay, so eventually everyone is sort of like gathered at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess coming back into the actual hallway so everybody can see what the fuck this thing
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
And Elizabeth just sort of looks at the thing for the first time and then looks to Arya and just goes, "Is this a dream? Am I having a nightmare right now? Is that what's happening?
Unfortunately, no.
How could you tell?"
Sidani like
I just, like,
rounds the corner, looks down, just goes, "Oh fuck me!
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's a...
What the
that's a mood.
fuck is that?"
Elizabeth walks up and goes, "Maybe save that for later, Sidani."
Well, maybe I know something about it. Like,
You have something that might be useful here. Hang on.
I have the fiendish knowledge, but
You
I'm
do
not
have-
sure if it's a fiend.
It is a fiend,
No, it's definitely a fiend.
so you can go ahead and roll your fiendish knowledge.
But it's it's just the appropriate intelligence check with advantage. So
Yeah.
what would it be?
So.
Arcana, nature.
It is. It's probably not nature, actually. It's probably religion.
Religion works for me.
Okay.
Nice.
So, like, this thing, as you take it in, you get that familiar sensation of just, like, of Puck's voice just in the back of your head. And he just says, "That thing? Ooh, okay. That thing is not to be trifled with. That is what is known as a Scarthic. It's a fairly high-ranking demon in the Abyss, and these things aren't normally just roaming around. These things are specialized assassins.
Oh my.
These things are created, not through regular means, but through specific fiendish rituals, or specific abyssal rituals.
Well, guess would I guess what I don't know what else would we need to know? Would we know what domain it belongs to, as in what what's it called? What the appropriate demon lord or devil?
As for the appropriate demon lord, well, this is kind of a group project, so to speak. It was something that came together out of the results of a lot of working together between Demogorgon, Yanogu. Even Orcus had a hand in its construction.
Great. Well, I guess...
Whoever summons these things has a lot of sway with fiends, or with demons.
Well, that's good. Interesting.
As you're examining it, Grim, you sort of like pick up its shoulder and it lolls sort of slightly in your grasp. And you notice that on the front of it, it seems to have some sort of leather pouch that seems to be almost stitched to its flesh.
Gross.
Great.
Guessing that is the kill order, or says something of Kelariis.
You sort of...
Well, I guess I'll just chop it off with my pocket knife.
Okay.
You
pull out your hidden... You've got that spring-loaded blade, yeah. So you pull it out, just tink, and sort of like cut the threads away.
While watching this, Elizabeth just pinches herself in the ribs until an audible ow comes out, and then goes,
Yep.
shit.
Well, seems we have a...
You pull it away, and behind it is a folded piece of paper.
Well, I guess I might as well read it.
Okay.
I assume I know who it's for, but...
You unfold it, and in the same frantically scratched block capitals, it says, "The first of many."
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
What the fuck did you do, Kelariis?
There's now like quite a gathering in this corridor. Like people from downstairs have sort of garnered interest.
Yeah. Well, what was the name of the thing exactly again?
Scarthic. So Scartheck.
Well, so seems that we have here is kind of the pet project of, well, several demon lords combined. Um, they're well, Scarfix. Not qu- not quite sure how somebody would be powerful enough to summon one of these. This is like some advanced stuff. Like shadow demons and stuff that we've encountered in the past, that's like nothing compared to this. Also, whilst I say this, I'll just hand the note over to Lars.
Thanks.
Maybe this is just one of those cool nightmares that you can't wake up from.
I mean, if this is a nightmare, it sure hurts like it's real. Gestures to the fucking blood on my body.
Yeah.
Which there is now like a small pool of, like, surrounding its arms on the landing.
We're gonna have to get that clean too.
Also, I don't think you're gonna be sleeping alone for anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be bunky. No, fun.
You know what? I can't really find it in me to argue with that.
In the meantime, like, Sidani's like leaning on the wall and has gone very white.
Guess we're gonna have to take a more proactive approach to this.
Yeah.
How did that thing even get in here?
That is a good question.
You know, that's a real great question. It definitely was invisible, and
They can go invisible? Oh my.
oh yeah, it was invisible.
Yeah, that when she says that, Grim, Puck's voice like whispers in the back of your mind again and just says, "Yep, chameleon skin."
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, not so much invisible as just blend in with the environment very well. Like can change their skin color, and more. I say skin color, they just blend in.
Yeah.
Can I also like
Go.
put a hand on Stadi's shoulder and just say like, "Do you want to go get some air?"
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah, I will like try and escort Sidani outside.
Okay. Yeah, she looks pretty messed up.
Yeah, and on the way, I will sort of say to the mercs, the upstairs rooms are off limits for the time being. There'll be a report later. For now, well, stay ready, I suppose.
They'll sort of look at each other a little concerned.
Yeah, we probably do not want to show this thing to the rookies.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They are
perhaps
not coming back.
Right? Yeah, I guess it's also worth mentioning that, and I probably would have said this like before when Elizabeth was also still up here, or tell her later, it doesn't really matter, but like, it definitely kept me from making any noise. I couldn't get into any, or like get Arya's attention when I tried to knock. It
God
just
damn it.
no sound.
Well, this is basically a designed assassin.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not very comforting though.
Well, at least the others are kind of safe.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like the threat is you.
Yeah, I mean, so be it, right?
So,
We'll just have to make sure that having Lyra and I there maybe help.
Yeah, I wonder how to put a stop to it then. If this is stuff
Find the
that's
one responsible.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the first step would be learn more as to how this ritual works. I'm guessing you need considerable favor from the demons themselves, and I can't imagine they'll send this to anyone for anything for any reason.
There's gotta be some connection with them.
Knowing demons, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some blood ritual involved.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
but I cannot say that with any certainty. But it would be good to check if people have started going missing nearby. Meanwhile, we should probably get a big bag or something.
Yeah, get this thing out of here.
Yeah. Surely we have like a sack or something.
Yeah, it's an old bulk potato sack.
Vandal just sort of nods and says, I don't know that I've got anything that'll fit the whole thing in, but we can either get a couple of them or we can chop it up.
I feel
We
like
can make it work.
maybe we can, like, just get the neck off and stuff, and it shouldn't be too bad.
I do
Although I-
wonder if it's worth burning the body.
Yes.
Burning it might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Also, if we're gonna chop it up, you might want to try not to touch any of the ichor if you can avoid it.
Yeah, I would just avoid touching it.
With your knowledge of fiends and demons and devils in particular, you know that corporeal forms of devils and demons don't when they expire, the corpse actually doesn't last very long. It's often after depending on the strength of the demon, anywhere from a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, the body basically like decays into like goop.
Well, we better get it out of here before it goos.
Yeah, I was like, let's not do that upstairs.
Yeah, that shit stains.
If we can get a tub or something.
Why? Let's just take it out.
Throw it into the woods somewhere.
I feel like V would object to that.
Well,
I don't like. I think we don't want to. Like, do we know? Is there anything special about the goop, or is it just, or don't we not? Don't we know?
Merely that it's the distilled arcana, whatever it is that holds demons together.
Yeah, we probably don't want to just leave that laying around.
It probably isn't healthy. No.
No, we should store the goop somewhere.
What?
Well,
Well, do you-
eventually it will sort of like disperse and just atomize, but
Yeah, but I don't want to leave like deteriorating demon goop like lying around. I don't know what, like, I'm not sure. Like, imagine like a bunny eats it and suddenly demon bunny.
a demon bunny.
Demon bunny.
Like, I don't think that's how it works, but I'm pretty
what
sure
a-
that. But like, I don't want to take that risk right now.
Yeah.
Especially, it's all it's gonna take is, well, like a tub or containers of some sort.
A jar.
Oh, there's probably like
jar.
blood all over my bed too.
yeah.
Ah,
There's also 2 holes in the bedsheet.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. It's not great, but at least you can. If it was blood on the sheets, at least you can wash the sheets and sew them.
yeah.
God damn it. Well, let's just get this body, corpse, whatever it is, out of here
Yeah.
before it decays into weird goop.
Oh, yeah.
on
If
our
we
floorboards.
let's put it on the sand for now. That should be. Or do we? Yeah, sand would be good.
Sure.
Because then we can easily scoop it all up.
That up. And don't
Yeah,
worry
it's
about
okay.
your bed, Kelariis, because you're gonna be sleeping in my room for a little bit. So
Thanks.
I hope you like
this is
dog
where
hair.
not having to lay down in a bed is good.
Well, there is a spare room as well.
Yeah, but that would
But
be
we want them
leaving-
together
Hmm.
in the same space. I mean, I guess if you don't want to sleep in my bed, you can sleep somewhere else. But
I mean, it's
Oh,
fine.
I guess Lyra will have to sacrifice her spot, I guess.
Sorry, Lyra. I mean, Lyra
Uh,
can share the bed. It might just be a little cramped.
yeah, I don't know. A 6-foot-tall dragonborn.
Well, Lyra can have her own room with a bed, I guess.
Yeah.
He isn't around.
We just need a
Can't
dog
believe
bed.
Lyra's pampered.
Yeah.
I can.
Only in the finest
Yeah.
silks will she sleep.
Well, we
God.
don't have the finest silks, so
No, we don't.
We'll
She'll
get the
have to
best
suffer.
souls we can.
Like, I'm sorry to tell you, Lyra, but even my bed didn't have silk on it.
I mean, she used to sleep in a hole in the ground, so shrug.
Yeah.
When I say house, it was just a hole in the ground covered by a sheet of tarpaulin.
Anyway. So, between you managed to dispose of the strangely
Monster
grotesque humanoid. And yeah. I guess all that's left to do is sleep, if you can sleep after that.
Yeah, great.
Well, I should probably go check on Sadani real quick, or I should at least.
Yeah, she didn't seem great.
Yeah.
You step like as you sort of like step outside to where like Sadani and Elizabeth are standing. Elizabeth is holding back Sadani's hair as Sadani just throws up.
Oh no! Poor girl.
Yeah, it will take some getting used to, but this is. I will admit that this is a little on the extreme end of spectrum, but
Yeah.
Well, I guess you got the whole thing in one go.
Grim!
That is
Your
so
bedside
rude.
manner needs.
Yeah, Elizabeth just gives Grim a extremely evil look.
That is the most grim thing, like,
Yeah.
grim
It
as
is.
a character grim thing you have said in ages, and it's so good.
Look, it's just. Yeah. Unfortunately, this time I wasn't able to apply the whole experience analogy.
In fact, Elizabeth will whisper over Sadani in Nomish. If Sadani wasn't here, I would have kicked you for that. And then she'll probably turn back to Sadani and say, "Are you going to be okay for the rest of the night on your own?"
I don't know.
Well, there's anything we can do, I guess.
That...
Once, we could get Lyra in your room, maybe,
Have the doggo.
or someone
I love
else.
how Lyra is now the
I mean, there's
emotional
always-
support dog.
I mean, honestly,
yeah.
the biggest mood.
I think
Yeah.
I'll just stay awake, if that's okay.
No, you need to sleep. I'd offer my own room.
Oh,
We've got
give
our
her
own little guardian.
Just give her a few hours, and then I'm sure she'll fall asleep eventually. Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
I just... That is the most unnatural thing I think I've ever seen. Just... doesn't sit right. Is that normal for what you've seen?
It's on the weirder end of the spectrum, but we've seen pretty bad things. Although this one is probably one of the more gory ones,
Okay.
and probably more terrifying due to the nature of the creature.
I just... That thing is a demon?
Well, this is kind of a special demon.
I just...
Your average demon will be, well, I would say slightly friendlier, but that wouldn't be entirely true. They're all quite mean. But,
I mean, just
I think
considering
that's putting it mildly.
considering everything I've ever been told, and well, she just sort of like gestures to the horns. I was just kind of imagining people with horns, not whatever that was.
That wouldn't.
Stories definitely don't do them justice. If you can call it that.
No, that's true.
Horned folk are I believe, mostly devils. Demons are a little wackier.
Yeah, there is a.
I didn't
But
really know there was a difference.
It's
Well,
very minor. Devils tend to be more. Well, I'm not sure what the word is.
Different planes, variances in alignment and things.
Yeah.
Maybe at one point, I don't know if that would be anything you're interested in, but maybe we could find some sketches of actual demons to prepare you a little more for. I don't think you'll probably be not be seeing any for a very, very long time unless you go seek them out. But it might prepare you more for the unsettling things in this world. Admittedly, sketches are only
I think.
so only do so
I
much.
think for now, what everyone needs most is sleep, including you.
I'm fine. I can go all day without sleep.
Well, don't.
I don't have to, of course.
No, you do have to sleep. Everyone
No,
has to
I
sleep.
meant I don't have to stay up. Is what I meant. Like I will take care of myself. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, let's get back. Let's get back in.
Yeah, Elizabeth once again just sort of talked about a scenario. Said, look, if you do want to feel unsafe on your own, my door's always open. Like, I don't lock it.
She
What?
just sort of nods.
And this is where you all find out Elizabeth never locks her door.
Well, you say
she's,
you all.
Because she's used to
Ian-
living. Yeah, this is because she's used to
Ian-
living in a big house where everyone is related.
Oh,
So she doesn't need to lock the door because the only people that could possibly come in are family.
I mean, no,
that doesn't
we're not even
mean
going to
you
go
want
there.
them in all-
Yeah. Anyway.
But that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, Kelariis I'm gonna go clean up a little bit of
Yeah.
the blood that is on me and then go to sleep, I guess. Actually, I'm going to also check and see if the Sierra's okay, because that's some wild shit that was in the hallway.
Yeah, this series just sort of like is like sort of hanging out around you and just sort of offers to help tend your wounds. Just sort of says, well, that was something new.
Yeah, can't say I've ever seen anything quite like that before. And it's not often that you, get attacked in your own bed like that, so, you know.
No, I can't imagine that's terribly comforting.
Yeah, it's not particularly. You're okay though, right? Nothing happened.
Yeah, I had no idea anything was going on until you woke me up.
Okay, well, I'm glad that glad is maybe not the right word, but at least it seems to only be coming at me right now. Whatever's going on.
I think that must mean that wherever it came from, whoever sent it knows quite a lot about you. Or at least that's my guess. They knew specifically how to locate you, what you looked like. God, do you think it came into other people's rooms before it found yours?
Honestly, I hope not,
Whew.
because I don't like the thought of that at all.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about that either. I wish I hadn't said it.
We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of it. We'll get it taken care of. You gonna be okay?
Yeah, it's just brings up some difficult memories.
Ah. I kind of like I put like an arm around her shoulder, kind of like offering her to give like an actual hug if she wants it, but not like forcing her to.
She's like hesitant for a moment and then just sort of like leans into it.
Yeah. If you need anything, you know, you can always talk. It's not easy to just let that sort of not even let it go, but to get past all of that. Like, I understand.
Yeah, it's sometimes when I'm by myself, it's just it comes back stronger than normal. I'm sorry, it's
Don't be. It happens to all of us, even for me, so don't feel like you have to, but if you need anything, you always know where I'm always around when I'm here, and you can always come to me, or anybody, really.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I've done the best I can with these bandages.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
I'm glad you're okay.
Same. Let's get some sleep.
I think I might see if Sidani's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over. I will quickly. I realized I should probably check the guards that were like near the gate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
So you walk over to the gate. The gate is barred, as usual. Two guards are just sort of standing there, like, something up, boss?
That's even more disturbing.
Seems like there was a bit of a commotion.
Yeah, we had a slight break-in.
They just sort of like look at each other, panicked.
I was just checking if you guys were okay, because it was quite formidable foe. But so I was mainly just concerned for your well-being. But apparently, it's one of its tricks included slipping through or over walls.
They just sort of like, we didn't see anything come through at all. We've been running the perimeter and keeping an eye on the gate. And
Well, that might partially be because it was invisible. They used invisibility in order to conceal themselves, but it has been dealt with.
they simultaneously like seem more relaxed and slightly more panicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, thank God it wasn't my fault. But holy fuck, there's invisible things.
Yeah.
Same, guards, same.
Yep. So, well, don't worry. You're not in trouble. This is not something that you could have done much about. However, we might want to check the perimeter wall just for any weaknesses once before I head off again.
You they sort of like hurry to accompany you, like with their torches, sort of march around the perimeter. Give me a perception check.
Good thing I'm out looking for stuff.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's not the worst.
So you reach a point in the wall, where it almost because the wall is made out of heavy wooden logs that are like propped upright. You notice that like it's almost like something has like run like a blade down the pillars in several places, and considering the creature has claws for arms, it's possible that it scaled up the side of the wall and then lowered itself down the other side using its claws.
That's disconcerting.
I mean, it was better than the thought that I had, which is that it just appeared in my room.
Well,
Yeah, well, I just assume it might have jumped over or something, but
looks-
makes sense.
It looks like it can climb, and quite adeptly as well.
Well,
Because this wall is like 10 feet high.
I suppose that's a desirable trait in an assassin, if
Yeah, a little
you
bit.
want it to kill things.
well, at least we found. I think this is how it got in. We should probably see if we can patch those holes up a little bit.
It's not like it's more cosmetic damage than damage to the wall.
You know, yeah, but like you want to make sure that like anything is patched up as quickly as possible, because then there's like a slight crack, and then there's the water that goes in that freezes, expands, it destroys more, and then the cycle of destruction continues.
Yeah.
You tell this to the guards, who just sort of nod because they have no understanding of construction.
But yes. I guess we'll take care of that tomorrow. Although we should probably check the rest of the perimeter real quick, just in case. Might as well whilst we're up.
Yeah, you do another circuit.
I've also just had another thought before. So before I leave Sudan, I'm just gonna say, I've just had another thought as well. I don't know. I could show you a little magic because I have a spell that's probably going to be useful from now on. It would seem, given what's coming for one of our companions.
She sort of looks at you
I don't know if
quizzically.
that'd help you take your mind off of it.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a spell I could cast that would, alert me to trespassers.
Yeah, I suppose that could be useful.
I don't know if you'd be interested in watching, or if that'd help take your mind off things. Somewhat.
Maybe.
Again, the offer's there. And yeah, whatever happens, Elizabeth will make sure once, Arya and Kelariis are in the room safe, she'll make sure before she goes to bed to cast alarm on the door.
Okay.
Get her spell book out.
Okay. You
Yeah, and she will designate the people, the members of the camp, the members of the guild, as people who won't set off the alarm.
Alarm is a radius, so it's
I can typically cast it on a door.
Oh, you can cast it on a specific door, can you? Okay.
Yeah. It's choose a door, a window, or area.
Or an area,
no
okay.
larger than a 20-foot cube.
Okay, so you're just
I can
targeting the
specifically
door.
choose their door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just spend 11 minutes ritual casting that on their door.
Okay.
So yeah, anything that's not a member of the Amber Eagle will trigger the alarm.
Okay. With that, I guess, people
In
go.
fact, I can make it an audible. Oh no, I don't want it to be an audible alarm just in case, because those things make silence. So I'll make a mental alarm.
Sensible.
Right.
Yeah, I guess everyone
So
is
yeah.
going back to bed.
So yeah,
Yeah.
do not worry, Kelariis. If any member not a member of the Agiad touches that door, I will receive a little ping in my head, as long as I'm within a mile, that will wake me up if I'm sleeping.
That is quite convenient, thank you.
Hopefully nothing will happen again, at least tonight. Well, I suppose I can cast. We'll keep casting this every night just in case.
Well, it is a ritual, so you can do that.
Yep.
Alright, sleep time.
Okay.
Round 2.
Distress noises!
Sleep time 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
So where's everyone going back to bed?
I guess in Arya's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, Lyra, I have to kick you off the bed.
I imagine Lyra just huffs down the ground.
Well, Lyra just sort of like lies down in front of the door and just sort of like sits in the corner next to the door.
Extra layer of security.
Yes. Guard doggo.
Best guard doggo.
Arya, you
Or stop.
resume your meditation.
On the chest.
There's a
Or,
chair.
There's a
well,
chair.
Yeah, that works too, I suppose.
Everyone has a chair, table, small bookshelf, bed, and chest.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess if you guys are gonna sleep in, then you get a full night's rest.
I mean, I had to sleep in anyway.
And yeah, so you gain the benefits of the long rest, and you awake the next morning. What are your plans?
Oh,
Well, I mean,
apparently
Elizabeth-
Fasira joined me in my room.
Oh,
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, yeah, it's because I put them in the wrong room. So
That's fine.
I'm still debating whether or not I want to do something.
I mean, it's probably best that we investigate this demon heard about, considering we literally had a demon attack us last night. Probably not unlinked.
do you guys want to like gather for this conversation?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I assume we should have breakfast first.
Breakfast then war room.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least it's getting good use.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
Breakfast
So-
in the war room? Breakfast.
Um,
Breakfast, then war room.
like
Also, yeah.
breakfast on war room. It's like instead of in bed, it's fine.
Okay.
Well,
So the four of you gather in the war room.
mm,
Uh,
oh, Kelariis, do you still have the piece of paper from yesterday?
Yes.
And then, well,
Which
I want to both actually.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
I
I
wanna-
have both, but doesn't matter.
Should probably check if they're made on the same paper and stuff.
Hmm.
See if
Fair
it gives
enough.
us any clues.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I'll lay them out.
Elizabeth, with a cursory examination, they seem to be very similar styles of paper, and they definitely have the same charcoal stains.
Okay, yeah, she'd pass that on.
I do wonder, fiends sometimes have an association with fire, right?
Usually devils rather than demons, but yes.
Okay. Well, shit. Never mind. There was my one theory about the charcoal stains.
Yeah, demons are
Maybe-
just kind of, well,
Maybe the
much harder
charcoal
to
is.
define.
Demons
Maybe
are shadow
charcoal's-
and madness rather than fire and brimstone.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what
but-
were you saying, Grim?
Oh, perhaps the charcoal was like part of the ritual, considering I assume they, like did the ritual and then like wrote the notes, like sent one away and sewed one onto the other guy.
Perhaps.
Not that that
Actually,
really
that's
helps.
a point because you pulled a not a pack, like a little pouch off. Was
Yes.
the note in the pouch or was it behind the pouch? I may have misunderstood part of what was being said.
It was in the pouch.
Oh, okay.
I guess we should also check the pouch for any notable. No.
The pouch is empty. In fact, with closer examination, to call it a pouch is generous. It's 2 sheets of leather stitched together.
Any what animal type? No. Well,
I think
actually,
this is being. I think there is such thing as being too thorough, and this is it.
yeah. I think that would be just a wild goose chase.
Yeah, a wild
Well, I
goose
think-
chase while a bear's running after you.
As bad as it sounds, I think the best course of action is we need to learn how this thing is summoned. That gives us a better idea of where to look.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't exactly know where you're going to find yourself a book on demonology, but
There are places I'm sure.
Not quite sure either, but
and I also kind of. I mean, would my feature let me know where you'd find books on demonology if they are even that easily obtained?
Well,
You know, my scholar
yes. Generally, arcane universities have such texts locked very carefully away behind several layers of magic seals, etc., due to their danger and power levels. But demonology is studied and researched, just usually by very controlled numbers of individuals.
Yeah. See, I think of that. Elizabeth would just say because the only places you're going to find books like that are highly secure universities where highly specialized individuals will be studying them.
there is one university we might be able to get access to.
Oh, you mean the
But
one in Argentallland?
but that would be a long
It's-
journey.
It's quite the trek.
Well, I guess we could always just go with my original idea first. Check if people have gone missing in the area. So, well, sacrifices and stuff.
Well, it might not have been summoned here. For all we know, it was summoned miles away, and it's just made its way here.
True, but currently we are here, and we have to go to Ivy Market anyway in order to
Yeah, I suppose
Well.
it can't hurt to check.
like worst case we get a no, and we wasted 5 minutes instead of making a several-week journey.
I think at the very
Although I
least,
still
it's
feel
able to
like
ask
even if we
around.
did get a yes, it wouldn't prevent us from having a several-week journey. Like, I don't see what
No,
information about a summoning ritual we can get from finding out if people went missing,
but well,
and that would still be a several-week investigation
yes, but
I mean,
like
not
if we wanted to
really.
find those people.
but like it's a shortcut, a massive shortcut, potentially. And like I said, it's like we're gonna go there anyway. So stopping by the sheriff's office or not sheriff, the guards, the guard post to see if they've got any problems. Not gonna take that much effort.
Yeah, they'll likely have a guard captain or marshal that can brief you.
And then once we figure it out, we can decide. But kind of wanna. I guess I wanna leave for Ivy Market early.
Well, it's already to have had a long rest. It's already like 10 o'clock. So.
Yeah, but early relative, like as early as early as we can make it.
Yeah.
I think we definitely need some better ideas as to what to do, but yeah, well, I guess that's what I will be doing for now. Anything else I should be looking out for that people can think of? Oh wait, and I should probably not go on my own either.
No, I'll go with you.
Okay. Well, I guess in that case, well, we'll head off.
Okay. So, Grim and
Oh,
Kelariis are going to Ivywood Market. What are the other two planning?
I guess I'd like to check on Sidani and Thalithsyr to see if they're okay after last night's chaos.
Well, you on your way to get breakfast, you did spot that they were both in the hall. So.
Yeah, I guess after the war meeting, I'd like to try and find them again and actually, ask to see if they slept okay and stuff like that. Because I'm a worrywart.
Mhm. Arya, what are you up to?
I'm gonna go investigate that town that had inactivity, but I don't think that's a good idea on my own.
Sorry, say that again?
That one place that they told us had demon activity?
Wait, that's an island several weeks journey
that's
away.
like a week's
Oh,
like a
right.
week's travel away.
Yeah, we'd have to travel a week to go to a seaside town and then take a boat to it, so...
There's
Probably not.
There's one thing I could suggest.
Yeah.
There's one thing we didn't look into, and that is reverse tracking.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point.
That's very true.
However, you should probably at least take Elizabeth with you.
Or
Also,
the Syrah, jeez.
I will
Sure, yeah.
I will point out as well, there is a member of your party or a member of your guild that you haven't checked on to see if they're okay, and you haven't seen them for a while.
Lizard man.
Well,
No.
I assume
Oh yeah, the lizard man.
I
No.
assume we stumbled in. Wait, what?
What?
Rask.
There's one other person that you haven't seen for quite a while.
Oh, Vandal.
V.
Vandal.
I was gonna say.
Vandal we saw like last
But
night.
Vandal you
Yeah,
saw
Vandal
last
we saw
night. V
this
you haven't
last
seen
night.
for weeks.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Well, I guess I could, try to find V.
Can't
Okay.
believe V is sending demons now.
Wow. I don't think that's what's happening, but sure.
Okay, so I guess this, if we're working in pairs, Kelariis and Grim depart for Ivywood Market, as Elizabeth and Arya are going to enter the Great Hall. So as you step in through the door, it's getting quite busy in here now. There's quite a couple of people in here sort of laughing and talking. You're pretty sure like half of these people are meant to be on drills right now, but nobody seems to be particularly taking command of the situation. Sidani is sort of like sitting in a bench in the corner, like leaning over, like eating something. while Tallithsyr is just sort of sitting next to her.
I mean, I'm gonna go straight up and sit opposite.
Okay.
And she'll just say, "Are you two okay? I know we haven't spoken since last night."
Tallithsyr sort of like looks up and says, "Yeah, I think we're okay. Sidani didn't sleep much, but that's to be expected."
Can't say I blame her.
She very much looks the worse for wear. She's got sort of like her normally like tinted skin has got like darkened bags under her eyes, and yeah, she's just sort of like picking at food. She just sort of looks up for it for a moment and says, "Yeah, I'm a little better, I guess."
That's progress. I'll take any kind of progress.
Yeah. Tallithsyr was kind enough to sit with me last night. I slept a little, but yeah, it's kind of haunts you. I didn't sleep well.
I don't blame you. If there's anything I could do to help, do tell me. I'd hate to leave anyone here in this, well, to deal with this alone.
She sort of just shakes her head and says, "No, I think I need some time to myself. Can you ask Vondal to take over my session for today? I'm not really feeling up to it."
Of course, I'm sure he'll understand. You, well, rest.
Okay. So, yeah, you just kind of leave them to it.
Yeah. And I will go and tell Vandal that the last night's encounter really got to Sidani. Can you please take over?
Yeah. So
'Cause it currently looks to be a bit slightly chaotic in the hall right now.
you arrange for that. Vondal goes off to the hall and starts whipping people into shape. And then I guess you guys head off. But are you in which direction are you heading? Are you going to follow the tracks first, or are you going to go and see if you can find V?
I guess I'll follow the tracks first.
Okay. So give me a survival check first of all.
Is there any way I can help?
Don't even need it.
Don't
bro.
even
Never
need
mind then. Yeah, never mind.
So,
Damn.
because I was going to say, are you proficient in survival? Because
I am.
No, I meant Elizabeth.
Oh.
Because otherwise, not really.
Yeah. No, but I do still have a +3.
So Arya, you, following the marks that Grim pointed out to you on the wall, you come down the other side, and immediately, this thing may be invisible and inaudible, but it is certainly not undetectable. You follow a series of taloned footprints that travel down the hill for quite some distance. This thing is obviously quite confident in its invisibility and inaudibility, in that it seems to just crash through terrain and not be particularly bothered about leaving a trail. So, to your expert ranger senses, following this trail is really not that difficult. And you follow it for quite a while, to the point where you're actually starting to get down towards Ivywood Market itself. It doesn't look like the tracks lead into the town itself, but they definitely pass by it.
Okay.
So you can keep following them if you want, or
Yeah.
okay. So after following these tracks for even further, you actually get down into the edges of the town itself. You reach basically the main road, and actually you do start to lose it a little bit amongst other tracks that have obviously come through fresh in the morning. But you spot them every here and there. It looks like it followed the road up to town and then weaved off and went up the hill instead. So it's unlikely that it came from town. It's come from somewhere else. You also, throughout this entire journey, don't detect that it stopped to rest anywhere at any point. So this thing was just going the whole time.
I mean, I suppose it's a flaw in your assassin if it has to rest. Either that or it started heading our way, well, after resting, or from quite close.
With the knowledge of fiends between the two of you, sleep isn't usually particularly high on a fiend's list of things that it needs. So you can continue to potentially try and follow these tracks even further, but you're approaching sort of like the edge of its trackability, and if you go for much further, you'll start walking away from town and off into the distance.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should go for your friend instead.
Yeah.
We know it didn't come from town, and to pursue it too much further on our own is probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so you turn and head back up the hill.
Alright.
Okay. Cut to... Grim and Kelariis, you stride down the hill into Ivywood Market. The town, as ever, is bustling with people. The damage you saw when you first came here all that time ago has long since been repaired. The town seems to be thriving in its general vicinity. And yeah, the people of Ivywood Market seem content and satisfied. You pass through a number of small streets until you get to the office of the individuals who lent you the money to undergo your construction project. You push open the door, a small bell rings, and sat at the in the corner of the room off to one side is a halfling woman, who sort of like waves at you as you come in, as a human man steps out from the back hearing the bell and sort of says, "Ah, Mr. Daemaris, a pleasure to see you again."
Ah, yes. Well, we're here to, well, make some payments again, I guess.
Ah, excellent timing. I popped up to visit your friend, Mr. Ironfist, the other day. He was
Yes.
sure you would be returning soon, and I'm glad to see that you have come back.
Yes, we had a very productive assignment,
Oh, I'm good to hear.
or well, and even more lucrative.
Ah. So will you be paying back the usual, or a little bit more this time?
How much is the usual?
You've been paying about 250 gold a month.
Well, we might be gone for a bit, so I was thinking of like maybe paying a little, like a significant sum, so we, so you wouldn't mind us being away for a bit.
You won't hear me complain.
We were like, I guess I would have discussed this before, but considering we're doing 250 a month, like, would it make sense to like just drop like only like 1,500 on it, so we still have like a ton of party gold?
Yeah, you'd
like
be
grand.
paid up for a while, so it's up to
I
you
mean,
and
yeah,
your companions. Yeah.
Well, I mean, 3 months worth. Yeah, I don't mind if we want to keep a bit.
Yeah,
You're the
it's fine.
boss.
Because I was also thinking, if we're ever gonna like investigate the island, we're probably gonna need $1,000 for a boat or something. It's not gonna be, or like for
Yeah.
passage from some captain. We're gonna need a ton of money.
Well, you're the boss.
Pay a
Maybe
captain
another
to take you to a
1,000.
haunted island.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll go fantastically.
I'm sure they won't mind us. Yeah, that or won't mind that badly. So I guess we'll. For now, we'll make 1,000 gold deposit, I guess.
1,000 gold. Yes.
Yes.
Very well. I'll mark that off in your ledger then.
Yes. Like I said, it might be a while before we're back, but best case, we might be back early and just completely pay it off.
Dory, can you fetch Mr. Daemaris' ledger, please? The halfling woman folds up the book, steps down, goes into the back, comes out. You sign all the necessary details. Well, that's more than in order.
Pleasure doing business.
As always, I suppose I shall see you in a few months.
Yes. Well, have a good day.
Good day.
Now, guess we'll head off.
Yep, cool.
Good day, Jonathan.
You
What?
you leave the brokers and head back through town. What exactly is it that you're hoping to do while you're here?
Oh, I was just quickly gonna check in with the local captain or whatever, like whatever
Okay.
contact we established or I established.
Yep.
Just
So
to see what's happening.
So the you pop in on the local guard. The guard captain there is a human woman who I believe you may have met them before when you
Yes.
spoke to them about getting the Sira out. Oh no, wait, no, you went to the mayor for that, I think, didn't you?
Well, we met both.
So the human woman sort of she is sat at her desk in the guardhouse, sort of going through a number of books, and sort of says, Grim, how can I help?
Oh, well, due to some recent things that that have occurred, I just wanted to double check that nobody hasn't been like an unusual rise in missing people, perhaps.
Missing people?
This may seem a little odd, but like if a no would be great, but a yes would be, well, it would be unfortunate, but it would also be helpful.
To tell the truth with you, I don't have that many missing people on file at the moment. It's a couple of outstanding cases, but
There's
not really
nothing-
anything recently. I think the last one proved to be a case of a rather unfaithful husband. So I think that one got resolved in the usual manner.
Well, that is well. Thanks for addressing that concern.
Yes. Yeah, no. To be honest, things are reasonably quiet for a market town. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I guess that's good for you.
It certainly
Well,
is.
Can't say it's good for me, but I can't say I'm sad about it.
Well, no offense, but any day I don't need to pay for your help is a good one.
Oh yeah. Well, I get it.
Thinking on the matter, just as a general point, I have had a number of odd reports come up from the towns further south. Don't know that it's anything particularly to sort of get up and be excited about, but Rorke's Gate, there was an unusual report of some. Well, I guess you'd call it people behaving oddly. Reports of a series of break-ins that people then sort of very oddly dropped the charges a short time afterwards. That it's not disappearing people, but it's something of interest if that's what you're looking for.
I will admit that I'm disappearing people is kind of just a grasp into nothing, like as in a long shot. But well, all we know, like for what I'm looking for, that it is down south and it's bad. We're just hoping that it hadn't made it up here. And by the sounds of it, you're good up here, so we should probably go down and check that out for, well, especially if it's related. Wouldn't want anything bad to happen.
Well, yeah, if you're interested, I expect the Radiant Dawn will be the ones to go to.
Should probably, I'll probably try and head over there in like a day or two. But I'll take care of some stuff before I can head down there.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I'll definitely check it out, and if I don't know if you're interested, I can inform you of, or I guess you'll see the reports. But
well, anything that's not in my backyard, it's, if there's a story that's worth telling, I'll happily hear it. But yeah.
Sure. Well, hopefully I'll be around for a little while again after this. Although saying that, I've already planned this over a month, like probably a month or two long journey again. So.
Oh. Well.
This time off. This time we're off to the west. West coast. So
Oh.
it's gonna be interesting. But regardless, I should probably make haste.
Well.
Even though the pressure is not on yet, every second I waste now might be a second I have less in the future to deal with the problems at hand.
Yep, that's definitely a very bleak way of looking at it.
Oh, have a good have a good day, and
I'll see you, Grim.
I'll hopefully see you for drinks sometime.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't. We'll see.
Okay.
Cool. So, you got some information.
Yes.
Concerning.
weird, yeah, weird break-ins and mysteriously drop charges. That could be cult material,
Perhaps.
but like, I feel like we should probably check in with the others first.
Yeah, the last weird break-in and mysteriously drop charges in Rooksgate were definitely nothing to do with you guys.
No, surely not. Not at all. Nope, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, I should have asked how old those were. Although I guess that would have been several months. Oh, yeah, that would have been a long time ago.
Yeah, that's like half a year ago.
Look, bureaucracy can be very slow.
So you.
Before we head out of Ivy Market, I guess whilst we're here, would you be interested in getting some just some padded pajamas, perhaps, Kelariis?
Padded pajamas.
I can't.
I don't think that's a thing.
I also don't think that's a thing.
Well, you can like get some. Maybe we can get like some padded armor to be a little bit more comfortable.
I mean, padded armor is just lots and lots of layers of cloth with various pockets that are then stuffed full of cotton wool and stuff.
Yeah,
That's all padded armor is.
Yeah, but that's why but like it can still be hot, so that's why I'm like ask if she's interested in like if we can make like a comfortable version of it.
I think having something like that would ruin the protectiveness.
I also have a feeling it may be hard to find something that would fit me here,
Yeah, you'd have to get it tailor-made.
but
She is kind of big.
By the time it's made, it might already
Huh.
be useless.
Well, are like armored pajamas ever useless?
I guess
Yes.
To the average person, yes!
I'm gonna hold on.
Yeah,
The average
somebody
person who doesn't
put
see
that
an
in quotes,
assassination
chat,
by
please.
I got you. I'm not even sure if that was in character or not.
I
Oh,
hope it was a character.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Good.
Well, like yeah, there's no downside if you can sleep well in them.
I don't know. I've worn pajamas my whole life, and I gotta say, I've never needed a padded one.
No, but you never got stabbed in the night, now did you?
Wow.
Wow.
2K second age time.
Excellent.
Look, I don't remember what the year is. I'm bad at that.
It's like 790.
It's definitely not 2K. It's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I figured, but
817, I think. It's still 817, right?
But yeah, we could have a look real quick. Well, now that we're here, because they had a lot of weird stuff last time we were here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big market town, so you can definitely look around if there's anything that you need.
We'll
This is where you bought your magic belt.
yeah. Well, I don't think we're gonna go magic item shopping today, but it might be. I'm trying to think if there's anything we might be interested in. Oh yes, I know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Before we go back, I'm gonna see if I can buy some bells and some extra rope.
Bells and extra rope.
Yeah, I'm gonna like beef up security a little bit, so you.
are we gonna set up a fucking bell and a rope trap for people coming in?
No, it's just like because if you have like a bell hanging, you don't want to like have to lift it up. You just want to like swing a rope, or like.
Yeah, he's talking about setting up an alarm bell.
I'm just gonna hang it up. Like,
Oh,
near.
okay. I was thinking of like little bells to set up like so people walk into the.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about, Grim?
Yeah, that would be
Well,
like the most
like,
useless thing I've ever
I did
known.
consider it, but then it's like, for example, against what we're up against now, bells. It's like cone of silence. It's like, unless the bell is outside of the cone, it's like, yeah, it doesn't really help us.
Well, if it's a small aura of silence, everybody else outside of the small aura of silence can still be roused by the bell. But
Yeah, but I would have to drill through the wall and get like, yeah, it's a mess.
So do you want to see if you can buy a bell and some rope?
I'm just gonna try and buy I'm gonna buy stuff to create an alarm bell for the gates.
Why
Okay.
don't we have a big gong?
I guess a gong would work, but like it's less convenient.
I don't think it's more convenient 'cause you don't need to you can literally just put it in the courtyard and someone can run up and smack it.
Or you can just have a bell that you
Just
can
hit it.
smack.
Also,
So-
maybe that. No, I guess that should just be an alarm bell. I was gonna say you could also use that for the food gong, but
Yeah.
Stop
It should be
Vondal
something
just
like-
smashing.
We have the food gong and the alarm bell. This is not going to be confusing.
No,
No,
you need
not at all.
no. What you need for the food call is a triangle.
Ding-a-ling.
Yeah, so you can go ding a ling 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 ling.
You know what? If Fondal suggests that, we will buy him a triangle.
I mean that's Elizabeth's suggestion, not Vandal. I don't think Vandal would suggest getting a triangle.
I feel like Vondal likes being able to smack the hammer against an old
A pan, yeah.
pan or whatever it is
Like-
that he uses.
Yeah.
I imagine that's how he gets out any frustration he has from the previous
Probably.
day.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
frustration
why we
since
have
the
to
last
buy a
meeting.
new pot every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say when it comes to smashing the hammer and the pot together, the pot does significantly worse than the hammer.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Great.
Ancient magical artifacts of the dwarves, might as well use it as a dinner bell. So,
Well, he's not using it for anything else.
rope is easy enough to come by, and you can pay players' handbook prices for that. A bell is going to be slightly more difficult. There is nowhere selling bells, but there is a blacksmith, and you can definitely commission one.
I guess I might as well commission one.
Okay.
They're gold on the PHP, but I don't know what you want.
Well, that's a hand bell. Do you want a hand bell or do you want a large bell?
A large bell.
I guess I would like something slightly big, something that actually you don't want to be next to whilst it goes off because your ears.
Yeah.
So, something like that, considering the amount of metal and craftsmanship involved, is going to probably look about in the region of probably about 10 gold.
Oh, I guess 10 gold. That is. I'll pay 10 gold for the safety of our keep.
So, yeah, you pay 10 gold to commission the construction of a bell. For a gold more, he will also deliver it.
Considering the size of the bell, that might be convenient. Unless Kelariis is around to lift it.
I will lift the bell.
It's gonna take a while to make it.
Yeah.
It's gonna take like weeks.
we might not be. We might not actually be.
Might not be available.
Yeah. So I'll just.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean,
pay the gold.
you do have a small army at your disposal. You could use them.
Yeah, but like
They
also
all carry it.
paying that extra gold just makes
I mean,
the
we could
blacksmith.
get a cart.
Like, it also makes the blacksmith happy, and then
Create a good relationship.
He's just supporting the local economy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say though, does it make him happy? It means he's got to transport it.
Well, he gets more money.
Yeah.
Well, for gold, that's a decent wage for
No, that is pretty good.
for transporting a bell.
He can pay 4 people to transport that bell and still make a profit.
Yeah.
The only thing we lose out on is like Kelariis walking back in with like
A
Grim
huge
to
bell.
Yeah, with like a huge fucking
She just wants to show off her buff muscle arm.
always.
Well, don't worry, you
Yeah,
can
bing
hang up
bong,
the bell when
motherfuckers.
we're putting it up.
Fantastic.
I've now just got the mental image of like Kelariis just carrying this bell over her head, just walking through the front gate, just going bing bong, motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then like accidentally moving too much to the bell, just like dong. Oh,
It's like, ah, shit.
my ears.
Well, you don't put the clapper in while you're carrying. Never mind.
No, that's true. But I
I imagine it's like
for both.
cartoon. I imagine it's like cartoon style, and like Kelariis like lifts off the ground and starts vibrating.
Wow.
Bong.
So,
Um,
you start heading back up the hill after your short shopping trip to find that your companions are actually a short distance ahead of you.
Hello, strangers. No.
Ho, travelers.
oh. So what are you doing out here?
Well, we were tracking the demon.
Yeah, it didn't come from town, that's for sure.
Hmm.
But it did follow the main road in, from what we could tell.
Wait, would the tracks wouldn't happen to be leading south, no, would they?
Were they?
Like,
They followed the main road, which doesn't necessarily go south immediately, but if you follow it as far as Hatch's Cross, it does go south.
There you go.
because we didn't get any local missing people, but we did find, or we did get some reports of weird activities of theft and dropped charges and that kind of stuff. So there might be something going on there. I can't say for sure it's related, but
if it takes us south, we can at least
like
check out the area as well.
Like, it's south, it's suspicious, and yeah.
It's probably worth a brief look into.
And otherwise, because was it hard tracking it? Because it seemed,
not particularly.
Otherwise, what we could do it is not the best option, but we could whenever we track this thing, we could see, or I assume more of them are going to show up at some point, and we'll have fresh tracks every time one shows up. But that is not really a very Kelariis friendly approach.
No. I'd like to stop the source before we get more.
Yeah, but
hopefully it isn't something that they can send every night, because that will be painful.
But this is it's more a case of if all else fails. Well, I guess every time we do get attacked, we get another clue as to what direction we have to go to, or go. Yeah, where it might be.
Well, we were just about to go check on V.
Oh yeah, sure.
So,
well, I guess we might as well join you. We don't have. Yeah, we didn't bring anything back.
Okay.
Just rope.
Yep.
Just rope.
Well, I imagine I made a deal that the blacksmith brings the rope and a little bit of lumber for that gold as well, because.
Oh sure, yeah. I will say
I feel
you can negotiate that quite easily.
I'm gonna need a little bit of wood to make a bell.
Well, you've got plenty of leftover wood.
Alright.
I mean, you live literally just south of a forest, so
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
wood's not your problem. So, you begin to head towards that selfsame wood. So yeah, you curve around the outside of your fort and head north a short distance towards the edge of the forest, where V was planning on setting some things up, doing some experiments, and eventually you step into a small clearing in the forest. And sort of as you cast your gaze around, it's quite clear that this is there's been a hand that has tamed some of the natural growth around here. Things follow neat patterns, and even in the cold of winter, with all the shedded trees, there's almost an organised pattern to the way that things are positioned around this place. And you sort of step into the centre of this space, and a small movement catches your attention. As basically almost like a 3-foot tall shrub that appears to have lost all of its leaves and is now just a kind of a twiggy mess, seems to almost shuffle towards you on a pair of stumpy legs.
Hello?
It regards you for a moment.
I need to name again.
Elowen?
Elowen, yeah.
The bush shakes itself.
Oh my god.
Not sure if that's a yes or a no,
Yeah, I know.
but I'll take
Is
it.
it shaking itself side to side or up and down?
Side to side.
Oh,
That means I can know.
well, I guess that makes sense. Could you guide us?
It sort of shuffles back and forth.
Want us to follow?
I guess we'll just start following. See if it works.
It
Well, I
doesn't.
guess if it's
It just sort of shuffles back and forth on the spot. It doesn't really go anywhere.
Um,
um, hmm. Well, I guess did you come here for fun?
It doesn't react.
is that a relevant
Or
question?
did you have a purpose?
It cocks itself to one side.
Do you know where
V?
V is?
It begins to go in a direction.
There we go.
Okay, sweet.
It's not very
Now we can follow.
intelligent.
It's doing its best.
Yeah.
Yes,
It is a bush.
it's an awakened shrub. It doesn't have very much intelligence.
Yeah, it's a bush, guys.
So, it leads you to basically the bough of a tree that is sort of it's bent down, that seems to and over a small indentation in the earth, at the in the middle of which is basically a canvas and cloth covered little encampment, and yeah, in the middle of this encampment is a bunch of things that you recognize, many of them as these things, prominent amongst which is the V's staff, which is just sort of driven into the ground a short distance away. as well as basically like a bedroll that is like absolutely like covered in furs and clothes and things.
I guess you pull up for a V.
Sort of call out softly. There's no response.
No, I was supposed to be like.
Oh, you're gonna.
Oh, I guess I'll just do it slightly louder then.
Okay. So the mound of furs and blankets seems to stir slightly, and a white-haired head like begins to appear from in the middle of the pile, like yawning and stretching.
Well, good morning, I guess. Oh, did we?
She sort of like turns towards the rest of you and is like, oh, hey guys.
You don't
Just we've been
hibernate.
hibernating.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I just when it's cold like this, I get really tired.
That's fair.
It does seem awfully cold to be sleeping outside.
It's alright. So what's up?
Guess we were just checking up on you.
She sort of starts to like root around in her things like, oh, that's nice. I've been doing lots of research.
What about?
All sorts of things. Spirits and magic and, well, I guess life in general. And I've been learning about Gaia and the other things that I'm supposed to know how to do, and practicing my magic. What have you guys been doing? It's been a really long time. I keep meaning to come back, and then I get busy, you know?
Oh, that's fine. You do whatever you're busy with. We are currently trying to hunt down someone who summons demons. So
V's face sort of like loses a little bit of its like sleepy charm, and just sort of like she seems to like pay a little bit more attention. Just sort of says, "Oh, is it Nalaran things again?"
no, I don't think so.
We
Seems
don't know.
Like it seems to be a grudge against Kelariis.
Oh. Do you need my help?
If you have any help to offer, that's would be great. But
Well, I mean, so far we have no way of knowing who is doing any of this.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll have enough manpower, or if you have any, well,
Wow. I don't
magical guidance.
really know a whole bunch about what's been happening.
Let's see. Well, there's not much that happened, I guess. there was a letter with a threat, and then a demon showed up,
And then
And-
he showed up.
and the demon had a letter stitched to its
Chest?
chest. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Well, I guess the small annotation that it was, well, fairly competent demon, or well, one of the deeper levels, or higher or deeper. Don't know which one is it?
Both.
Both. I guess both.
Higher ranking means deeper layers of the abyss. Yeah. So V's face, like, sort of, it takes on that familiar look that you know when she's thinking hard about something. She just thinks for a moment and says, well, I'm not really a demon expert, but whoever is... If people are sending demons after you, then they've got to be clever and skilled and have a way to control them.
Yeah, that's pretty much as far as we got. Well, I guess we have some clues about, whoever sent it was in the south, presumably in the south. And we know weird things going on in the south.
Weird things.
Nothing definitive, but like potentially there's some what I assume to be cult activity. Potentially, because I assume the summoning of this thing is not a one-man job.
She sort of thinks hard again for a moment, just as says, If it was a one-man job, you'd need to be very, very good at magic. There's a thing I've learned about controlling things, and that's generally, if you want to have control over something, you need to know more about it than it knows about you. She just sort of says, "Well, that's my experience," and sort of like gestures to the shrub.
Well, I mean, I suppose I can probably back that up. I'd say that makes a lot of sense.
Well, you need to know the right things, at least.
I mean, I don't think I could summon an elemental if I didn't know what one was.
Yeah, well,
Sure.
but unfortunately,
This is Tia, by the way. She's my... Well, I guess she's my first experiment.
Experiment.
Elizabeth will wave to the shrub and just be like, "Hi."
The shrub just sort of wobbles.
Aw. Wobbly shrub.
it's a bright shrub.
I'm not really sure what it is that she does yet, but she likes to listen to me talk, at least.
Oh, that's always worth something. Well,
She did also lead us to so.
Oh. That was well done. Hmm. Well, I wish I had more that I could tell you.
That's fine. We're just making sure that you weren't also being disturbed by, well, uninvited guests.
Hmm. No. I don't think many things come out here, particularly when it's winter like this. A lot of the animals are sleeping, and most of the people tend to stay indoors. It's quite nice out here. I have a lot of time to think, and write letters.
But did any of you have any questions for V still?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing in particular.
No. Oh, well.
So, you exchange pleasantries and then sort of get ready to take off.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. As you are getting ready to go, V pipes up and sort of says, "Oh, Grim, there's
Yes?
something I wanted to ask you.
yeah, of course.
So I've been talking to Elaran's sister about some things,
Yes.
and she sent me this book, and some of it is a little bit hard to understand. It's written in a very, very old way of talking, and a lot of it is... it's complicated theory that I don't think my magic works in quite the same way as what it is that they're describing in the book. But you know a lot about old magic and stuff, right? Like-
Well, studied some of. I did study some. Well, never the actual use of it, more well, everything surrounding it. And otherwise, perhaps Elizabeth might be able to help. But I can have a look at it first.
I think, yeah, if you have some time, I'd appreciate some help. I think it might be useful for me for figuring out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, but it's a little hard to understand.
Yeah. Well, I'll be sure to make time soon. Although, I guess we'll do that right after. I guess we'll after we've dealt with this, well, Kelariis being hunted issue.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
Then I think we'll before we head off again, I'll make sure to make the time.
I think I'll pack up some things and then maybe I'll come back to the fort for a little bit, and when you get back we can talk about some stuff.
No, that works as well.
Yeah.
So I guess we're heading back to the fort as well. So
well, I
guess
need to sort some things out here first. There's a lot of stuff that I need to sort of, I guess, tidy up. That doesn't quite seem the right words, but I guess tidy up is right.
well, I guess we'll just see you show up at the fort.
Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
Yep.
Okay. And with that, yeah, you part ways. and return to the fort. With that, I think, unless anyone else has a scene that they want to do, we will call this an end.
Sounds good.
I can't think of anything.
Cool. So, does anyone have anything they want to say about tonight's session? Thoughts, feelings?
I was not expecting that.
I went from not super concerned to extremely concerned about the situation.
Yeah, when you have a demon assassin after you.
Yeah, I was expecting like a not demon sent after me. I was just expecting a really angry, like, person from the material plane, maybe. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were expecting that.
No.
Because, like, demons usually require a lot of power, and even though we met some powerful people, I don't know who was powerful and specifically pissed off by Kelariis.
Yeah. It's weird that they're targeting just Kelariis.
Or maybe Kelariis is the first on the hit list.
Great.
Right,
Well,
but they called her
let's-
Kinslayer, which...
Yeah. That
Well,
seems like
but,
targeted.
like, it seems targeted, but for now we'll just assume it's personal, but maybe... Yeah, who knows?
Well, we'll find out. One day.
Yeah, hopefully we find out before things get too crazy.
But hopefully next session.
Well. So you're going to be revisiting some old stomping grounds next session.
Yeah.
We'll see how Rourke's Gate and perhaps the surrounding area has fared since your departure.
I'm kind of excited to go back there, even though the circumstances could maybe be better, considering the rumors may be a problem.
Yeah.
Mm. We will see. And after that, you've got rumors of an island full of demons to investigate.
Hell yeah.
Always a good time.
It's gonna be interesting.
So, well, I guess with that, it's time to bid you all adieu. It's all that remains is to say thank you all for playing, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye!